If it's something that can be done within 2 minutes, get it done. Jump on the call, get it done. Boom, boom, boom. No more follow-ups, less stress.
When you have the drama, the team has the drama. When you allow the drama, you're telling the team it's okay.
Hi, everybody. We are back. It is Therese and Steven, the diva of insurance. Thanks for joining me, Steven. And we are here back talking more about workplace stress and how to manage it can actually stop insurance industry turnover. You'd be amazed at how controlling ourselves and our emotions and stress in the workplace can actually change a lot, not just industry turnover, but, just how clients see us and the client customer service and the wow service we provide. We're going to talk about the high turnover insurance industry and share practical strategies for reducing stress, improving retention, and creating a healthier agency culture. Who doesn't want a healthier agency culture?
I do.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it would be so nice. And sometimes other people's stress, other coworkers' stress is what causes us to have, a bad workplace environment. So if we can help everybody in the agency with these stress reducers, it would help. So why are so many great agents leaving the industry?
Burnout.
And what if we told you that managing workplace stress can keep more agents in the industry? I mean, it's a great industry to be in. Everybody has to have insurance by law, so you always have a job. So people are out there looking for places to work where they are going to enjoy it. And if they get into an agency, that has grouchy people that are always stressed out, are they really going to want to stay there? So today we'll share proven strategies to reduce stress, keep your team engaged, and boost retention. And that's really, really important. Retention is important, but caring about our team and how they feel at work is really, really important. So again, we have to plug our 4-part live virtual training that's coming up, to stop burnout before it starts. So basically, what do you got for us, Steven?
So I think there is a link between stress and insurance turnover. I don't think it's a secret. I think it's always been a demanding job, but it feels worse now. And we're doing a lot of assessments right now, and I've talked to a lot of agents that have been in the industry 20 plus years. And they're like, this is the most intense it's ever been. I'm like, is it the most intense it's ever been, or have we forgotten about all the other times when things happen? Like, I did commercial in 2008, and everybody went out of business, or the markets people stopped writing commercial altogether. And everything got non-renewed, canceled, or moved. Then it started softening. Personal lines was soft. Commercial was hard. Commercial started getting soft. Personal lines got hard. I mean, it's always like a ebb and a flow. Like health insurance reform came through and terrorized the health industry. So I think we've all gone through things, but we don't remember it because we got through it and got over it. So the top things that we know are contributing to the market burnout is market changes, non-renewals, rate increases. Clients don't understand. Like in a different economy where eggs are $8 a dozen, this might age us at some point, but people will be like, eggs were $8 a dozen, and they're gonna have to go Google it to find out it was 2025. But I think when things go wild everywhere, people turn to insurance and like, why is this happening? The emotional weight of handling frustrated clients. When all you hear is negative, negative, negative all day long, it can kind of bring you down. And different workloads. We're learning to work in different ways. Technology is great. It's also made things a lot more efficient. But then when we need some more of that interactive time with clients, it can burn us out a little bit. And agencies expect the agents to absorb all of the client stress, right? They just suck it up, buttercup. Let's go.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people think, oh, well, the way to reduce costs right now is not at the grocery store. It's in my insurance agent. Let's just take off some coverages until they need it.
Right.
Well, they need it. And customers don't understand what the coverages mean. And, so we need to look at ourselves as teachers to educate our customers on the coverages and how important having the coverage is. Because if you don't have a house, you're not going to have a place to bring your expensive eggs into.
Right. And I think the it still gets me $8 an hour. Anyway, most agents don't quit the job; they quit the stress, and not all agents burn out. So I think we need to get to the bottom of what's different about them. And I can tell you, I see people come into insurance from other industries and they're frustrated because they're learning something new, but it's not the client interaction or the carrier having all these crazy things that they're frustrated with. It's just that they're learning something new. They get some training, they get more confident, and they're thriving in this market because they came from a different kind of stress. They came from the food industry or retail or construction. They're like, this is a cakewalk. It's a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. I get to answer the phone and sit here all day and just solve problems. Part of it comes with our mindset.
And Stephen, how can
So
we keep the top agents from quitting?
I think that we need to focus on what they can control and let go of the rest. Like, I can't control rate. I didn't set the rate. I can't control market access. I'm not the actuator list that's creating all of the things that make it happen.
You mean you're not a musician that can just go ting?
My wand broke many a year ago.
Oh gosh.
That's why I'm also not, 110 pounds. I don't think I'd look healthy at 110 pounds either, but they also work for people that support work-life balance. And I think that's huge, right? Like, what can we get done? What can we not? What's realistic? And setting realistic goals so we still have that work-life balance. And they don't take the client's frustrations personally. They're mad at the problem, not at you.
Oh.
And one of the things that I always think of is in the movie Mommy Dearest about Joan Crawford. She's scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing the floor, and she's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt. But she screamed at somebody, and then she's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt. And I'm like, the client's not mad at me. They're mad at the situation.
And I'm so amazed at how many agencies don't have clear processes and procedures and stress management strategies. If you have clear processes and procedures and you're doing things, everybody's doing things the same way, even doing renewal reviews and stuff like that, it makes it clearer and it makes it easier to do your job. But when everybody's doing everything differently, that's where the stress comes in because oh, well, she does it this way and I do it this way, but I prefer to do it this way because I like my way. But as agency leaders, we need to make those processes and procedures, we need to make them clear, and we need to make sure everybody in our agency is following them. And that will also be another stress management strategy. And you may think it's not, but it really, really is. I've been in several agencies. Some of them didn't have processes and procedures, and some of them did. And I can tell you, the ones that have those processes and procedures are less stressful places to work. And they usually have work-life balance. I worked in one that had community service. So we would stop our day once a month on Fridays early to go do community service. And it kind of helped us kind of get some of that stress out and help other people and made us, we had more gratitude. We appreciated things differently. So here, what can agency owners do to reduce stress and keep their teams engaged?
I think that we need to remember some of the key things, and a couple of them we talked about in our last one is we can't care more than the client, right? We need to help our team understand that taking on too much responsibility for the client's choices causes burnout.
Raise your hand if you are all worried about that insurance, that policy canceled, and they're door dashing or they're doing Lyft or Uber. I told them that they need a different type of coverage. Once I've told them, I've done my responsibility, I note it in the system, and I move forward. But, I know there's a lot of agents. Raise your hand out there if you're caring more about the insurance than the client does, just because you're more educated in it and you understand it. But you need to do your best at educating them and not caring about theirs more than they do. Care about your own insurance and make sure your insurance is good and that you have an umbrella and all that good stuff. But we have to put some of that responsibility over on the client.
And as an agency owner, you need to set boundaries on the correct number of follow-ups, right? Like, here is the process, here is the standard, here's what the expectation is. If you feel you need to do more, you need to talk it through. If you want to do less, you need to talk it through. but
Yes.
here's what the expectation is.
And we need to stop training agents to fix everything. It only increases their stress. Instead, have them inform the client, educate them, and let the client decide. So when you inform them, when you educate them, make sure that you're documenting it so it's in writing that that you did that you educated the client, you told them about the coverage, and they declined it. If they did, you just make a note of that. So let those consequences happen. If you talk to them about rental car, they get into an accident and they need a rental car. You said, hey, at this time, I asked you if you wanted a rental car and you declined it. Here's your signature. There's the consequence. They don't have a rental car.
The next one to think about is owners and managers set the tone for the office. Let's just rip that band-aid right off. Agency culture and attitude is contagious. And just like we can have the negative Nancy in the corner that causes chaos in the office, owners and managers are the ones that set the true tone. So if you're running around stressed, if you are always busy or complaining about the market or talking about how tough something is, that leads your team to all believe exactly what you're saying. So there was many times when I was leading an agency that I would have to go in my office, shut the door, and just have a quiet moment or go out to my car and be like, I'm taking a quick break. I will be back. Because I knew if I got aggravated by something, the whole team would see the same thing. Just like my calendar was always full. I had time blocks, I had appointments, I had everything in my calendar scheduled. And they'd be like, you're always so busy. You're always so busy. I'm like, why aren't you reaching out to me? They're like, because you're always overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
it's important to self-check
right.
to
And
look
so
at
I was
it
like,
and make sure.
I can see how it appears that way. However, I need to be here for you. So I had two separate calendars then, one that I was working my time blocks and things off of, and one that had hard set appointments. And the team was like, your calendar's suddenly so free. I'm like, right. Because I want you to reach out to me. I want to be part of your training. I want to know what you're struggling with. And so it was just a shift in mindset. First call resolution, Therese. Do you love this one?
Yes, I think it's really, really important. So if we don't get in touch with the client and handle the issue right away, then we have to set the follow-ups and then we have to. So if the customer's calling in or you got the customer on the phone, ding, 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 your bells should go off like, oh, amen. I have them on the phone. This is awesome. Let's take care of it. Let's take care of it right now because I have them on the phone. But if you hang up and then you have to call them back, sometimes you're like, hey, I'll call you. I had a guy the other day. He was like, I'm busy right now. Call me after 2. What do you think happened after 2?
I'm still busy.
Do you think he answered the phone after 2? He did not.
For you, Therese, I did, but
Well, and if it was you, I know you would, but this is a customer. He said, well, call me after 2, and of course, so it's harder to get them back on the phone. So if it's something that can be done within 2 minutes, get it done. Jump on the call, get it done. Boom, boom, boom. No more follow-ups, less stress. Oh, and the next one, the spicy client, stick them in the drawer. Just take that spicy client that was just awful and open the drawer. If you have to, write their name on it and stick them in the drawer. Leave the spicy clients in the drawer. Don't take them to Steven. I'm not going to bring my spicy clients to Steven. Steven, I talked to this client and then you just go on and on and on and I waste 8 minutes of my time. I waste 8 minutes of Steven's time. That's 16 minutes that could have been done doing something else. And then I wish I had a llama. You don't have a llama on your desk, do you? I love the drama llama. I really think we should get a stuffed drama llama.
I do. I have
Or,
my buddy the llama. He smells like pineapple.
oh, how cute. Yes.
Mhm.
No. So no drama llama. It smells like pineapple. Where did you get that? That's cool. I need to get me one of those.
Maybe we should get
But
them for our swag store. I don't know, but
I
I do
mentioned,
like it.
yeah. So some agents absorb clients' stress like a sponge. Instead, separate the emotions from the situation and focus on solutions. No trauma, llama mindset. So jump on that one.
And as a leader, you need to not have the drama either. Again, it's a hard place to be when you are towards the top because everything seems to roll up to you just like it all rolls down to everybody else. So when you have the drama, the team has the drama. When you allow the drama, you're telling the team it's okay.
Yeah.
So we really need to check that mindset at the door. So these are some of the things we talk about when it comes to managing stress. But how can leaders really help to lower stress in the work environment? And I think that there is a couple of key things that we can do that. The first one starts with workload management. Overloaded agents are going to burn out. We have to set realistic expectations. We need to encourage that people delegate tasks to where they need to go and prioritize high value work. I'm 100% a proponent of virtual assistants, VEs, VAs, VIs, EIEIOs, whatever we want to call them. Every company out there is coming out with different ones. We do love our friends at CoverDesk and other companies as well. But I want us to really think about what can we delegate, what can we train, and can we have clearly established things that each person should be responsible for to help set those realistic expectations.
And as leaders, how can we encourage a mindset shift? How can we encourage our staff to, focus on what they control versus focusing on chaos? Create hurdles that highlight wins. So start the morning with, or well, I don't know if you want to you could do the morning with what did you win yesterday, but you want to get them in the mindset of what are your wins? What are things that you're winning rather than focusing on the stressors, the things that are going bad, the price increases. You don't want to focus on that. You want to focus on things they won. I cross-sold a policy today. I upsold a policy today. I got a life insurance lead today. So find ways to highlight things that they do well. And that kind of rolls into work-life boundaries. Are we working 24/7? And I know a lot of leaders out there that work 24/7. So maybe the leaders, you need to be good role models and try not to work 24/7. And you may need to delegate things, but push the team. We don't expect you to work 24/7. We want you to have a home life. We want you to have time off. We need you to have a factory reset. If you see somebody overstressed, maybe you need to go home for the day and relax, and don't make that like a negative, hey, you're in trouble, you need to go home. But hey, I see that you're overly stressed. Someone else can take your workload this afternoon. Why don't you go home and relax and take a break? But you have to make it look as, that's a positive thing, not necessarily a negative thing. You're trying to give that, you're supporting them to taking breaks and doing a factory reset. And then my favorite as the operations and training coordinator is invest in training and development. I worked at my first insurance agency with pretty much zero training. They started me as a new agent. I had never done insurance before. I was a teacher. I was bilingual, so they were all excited about that. I got in and they put me with a commercial manager who was somewhat sick and was out a lot. And she thought I was there eavesdropping on her, not training and learning what she was doing, but I was eavesdropping and tattling on her. That was my role. So she handed me a bunch of commercial insurance books and said, here, go read these. So she didn't want to train me. So I had very little training, and then she left. And then they were like, here, Teresa, you take over the commercial. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I've been here like 2 months and you want me to take over the commercial department? I mean, seriously, we have to think about training and development and how important it is to train the people that work for us. Because when you throw a commercial book of business at them when they're there 2 months, that can be a little stressful. So you definitely want to have, learning. And I'm amazed at how many agencies just throw people in there and give them no training, or the training is very wish-washy. So if you need help with training, we are here. We have an agency school that can help with training. We'd be happy to do an intro call or a meeting with you to show you the agency school. Just reach out to us.
Then we also have our 4-part live training to help agencies reduce stress before it leads to turnover. So cool, calm, covered what agents and leaders need to do in this magical market we're in to help reduce some stress for insurance professionals. This is, again, for anybody that wants to build a better workplace culture. It's for anybody that needs some tips and tricks on how to do some things. We're going to be talking about strategies to reduce workplace stress, how to set boundaries and manage client expectations, and techniques for creating a lower stress agency environment. I've been on all sides of this. I've been on it from the employee side as well as the senior leader position, trying to make this happen in an agency. And it can be done. It just takes a little bit of work and dedication, and we have to set the rules. So I'm excited to see you there. Spots are limited, so make sure you register. But before we get too excited on that, let's do a quick recap. So today we talked about how workplace stress is fueling turnover in the industry and what leaders can do to stop it. If this episode is helpful, please share it with your team and start the conversation about stress management. Again, don't forget about the 4-part live training with the perfect next steps for your agency. Give us a shout. You can find us online. You'll get some marketing emails if you're signed up for those. Reach out to Reese, myself, or Kelly. We're happy to get you signed up for that. So, what we just want to remember, we need to take proactive approaches to reducing stress. We need to improve retention through reducing stress and keep the team all on our ship. Any final thoughts, Therese?
So, leaders, help your staff have processes and procedures, no drama llama. We need to help them have less stress and they'll be happier and have a better work-life balance. So thanks for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.